All right, guys, welcome back. This is episode 8. I literally practiced just right now, make sure I have the right appropriate fingers. Episode 8. So welcome back. Hope you had a great week. Before we get started, make sure that you like, comment, click subscribe so you can get all the updates of when our videos are coming. Make sure to give us a review so we know how you're enjoying the show. So, hey.
Hi, friends.
Hi, friends.
I'm excited about this episode.
Me too.
I think it's been a long time in the making. Mm-hmm. And in case you guys did not know, all April, we've been telling y'all we trying to get healthy, get fit. We trying to pop off for this hot girl summer because we going to be outside in these streets.
Y'all can get this body.
Yes. And today we have a special guest. So we have Tabitha, the body confident coach. And we're going to get into that so that y'all can understand exactly what that means, what she does, and why she's popping. Yep. That's why she's here.
Hey. Okay. Hey. So thank you for joining us.
Hi. We're so excited to have you.
Yes.
Just so I have it clear, and I think I have it clear in my mind. Shanice, you have on the black, and Jen, you have on the hoodie.
The yellow.
The goddess.
Yes. Yeah. We try and mix it up today because usually she be in the black.
First of all, when you came down in black, I said, who is she? I said, who am I? Because I don't do color at all. So look at us. Growth.
Just saying. we growing this year.
Yeah.
Growing and flowing.
Yeah. So you want to have some fun? We like to warm up a little bit and just have a little fun with a little bit of icebreaker. So the game we're going to play today is One Gotta Go. So I'm going to name 4 different things. You choose the one that you want to get rid of. You want to explain why? Go ahead. Judgment-free zone. Except for those that voted for Martin to go, we're still judging you.
Yeah. We
just so you know. Okay. So as far as movies, One Gotta Go. Baby Boy, Love and Basketball, Poetic Justice, or The Wood?
Oh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's never easy.
I would say The Wood.
I agree.
I do too.
I definitely agree. You can't get rid of Baby Boy because then BET was shut down.
What would they even have
another movie on TV?
You can get rid of Love and Basketball. That's one of my favorite movies. I know it
Absolutely.
front to back to front. Inside,
exactly.
outside, everything.
And you can't get rid of Poetic Justice.
Poetic Justice.
The hair.
It's Tupac.
No.
And
Janet. Classic. Yeah.
The Wood could go.
I think I've only seen The Wood once and it was on VHS and I don't think I was supposed to watch it. So
see, there you go.
Yeah, all right, you want to do the next one? Yeah. 1 point.
We knew we liked you.
I know.
Okay, so the next one. Cardio, abs, arms, or leg day?
Ooh.
Which one you kicking up out of here?
Okay, so I'm definitely going to say it's a little harder for me. I try and include cardio in every type, but I would, which one am I removing, you said?
Right. Yes.
Out of cardio, abs, leg day, and what was the other one?
Arm day.
Arms.
Well, I can't remove the arms. I need the arm help. I just want to.
I mean, Michelle out here. Michelle arms.
I would say cardio only because I'm in dire need of toning and my muscle mass has gone down. So I posted it on my IG stories just yesterday or the day before because I'm like soft. It's so like my muscle mass is not as defined. It's gotten weight because I've been home and not going in the gym. Even though I work out at home, it's not the same.
Not the same
in the gym with the weight. So
yes,
that's one of the artifacts of like Corona. I didn't even know it was that possible. I'm like, this is soft. This is not cute.
I agree. Cardio gotta go. I say it all the time. Whenever my trainer tells me, I'm like, it's cardio day, isn't it? Okay.
You know what?
I like the strength. I like the
yes,
that is true.
Like I don't want to be skinny. I just want to be strong. And I feel like lifting weights, leg day, definitely gotta have leg day because
again,
trying to be out here in these streets.
I listen to you guys. I listened to you guys' last episode, and Jem was talking about she wanted to be a little bit of Meg, and I understand that. It's not that you're trying to be Meg the Stallion, because she is
Right.
the Stallion, but you're trying to emulate certain qualities.
Right.
I'm
Yes.
here.
I appreciate it. We say it all the time. I want Meg's, but like I just want to be solid.
Mhm.
Just make me
Yes.
solid. I don't
Yes.
need abs, even though I see them. I don't know why they're playing. Just,
Right.
You know, I just want to be solid.
Same.
It's a struggle. I feel like ab day, because I feel like ab day is not like I feel like if I do everything else, like if I do enough cardio and strength, then abs will just
Your core's involved.
it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Like if I'm engaging my core, it'll get there. So I can get rid of abs. I need cardio,
And
sometimes it makes me feel better.
And that's that's a really good thing to get rid of too, as you mentioned, abs. Once you're working out and doing cardio, and you're obviously it's the core of your entire body. It's gonna be activated no matter what you do.
Mm-hmm.
But abs are really made in the kitchen. So once you know that you're eating properly, then you good money. So that's a good answer. I like that.
I be knowing a little something.
I like my food. I would like to just do a couple extra sit-ups.
I know.
I struggle with that. Like abs are minute. That sounds good, but the kitchen got all the snacks.
Yeah.
And I don't go to Trader Joe's like you.
And we're gonna talk about that as we discuss, trying to figure out the balance of working out and figuring out what you can eat and really paying attention to your body, what it needs, what it doesn't need. Being disciplined enough to have moderation. It's just that sometimes we just like more than one day of just sitting and eating and not doing much. That's the thing. It ends up being like one day, then it's like 2 days, then it's 3 days.
It just trickles.
Like, yes.
And this is a perfect segue for the next question. Like when I was thinking this, I was like, So one has to go: chips, candy, alcohol, or cookies. Because that sounds like my whole cheat day.
Okay, chips, candy, alcohol, or
cookies, or like any type of dessert.
Easy. I would say candy. I'm not really a candy sweets person. I am a salty. I would eat some chips. I'm not really too much of a dessert person, but I'll drink too. I'll drink. So the alcohol got to stay. So I would say candy.
That was not even a question.
Coping mechanism.
Oh, that wasn't the question?
Huh?
That wasn't the question?
Oh, no, I'm saying alcohol has to stay because that's a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
And the pandemic, it's my life.
I was going to say, if you can get rid of the alcohol, you are stronger than I.
Yeah.
No.
What are you getting rid of?
I'm getting rid of candy. Because if I can still have chocolate chip cookies, it'll solve my craving. I can get rid of the candy.
I can tell y'all a little tip. It's not a tip, actually. At the beginning of the pandemic, actually a year ago, that's when everything started. April, I was actually making my smoothies with Ray and Nephew. It's a rum. It's a Jamaican rum.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys are listening.
Ooh.
We're going to have to get that recipe.
Yeah. Offline, because y'all don't need to know about that.
They don't need to know our
This sounds like she can make a bottle out of this and sell it as a protein and GNC. Offline. Don't let nobody take your secrets. We'll talk. I have to keep candy because that's how I get my energy sometimes. I don't drink coffee and everything. But that's like fair. Chips, like a lot of salt gives me a headache. So I have to get rid of chips because I'm like, and I don't eat dessert. So I'll get rid of chips though.
Hot chips are giving me life. I can't get rid of chips.
I love chips.
Yeah, me too.
Doritos. I got up for my
purple bag.
Like 11:30. The purple bag, the spicy nacho. Like, there's levels as you graduate through your Doritos eating game.
Right.
Absolutely.
It sounds
kind of sore out here.
But then I feel like I'm about to have a heart attack and hypertension issues and my head's about to explode, so I can't.
I need these things. Okay, so the last one. Now we're talking music because I feel like everything in this podcast relates back to music. So if we had to get rid of one category, would it be pop, rap, R&B, or rock?
Y'all didn't put effort into that last question. But anyway.
Right. No, really, I was like, there's only a couple of categories. This is so obvious. This is so obvious. I was like,
it's rock. It's rock.
Yeah. But see, I think everything started with rock. I don't know. I mean, rock's going to go, but
Yeah, I mean, I would get rid of rock, but don't be acting like y'all don't be listening to Journey. Don't Stop Believing. Okay,
See, this is why it's not that easy to say, because she'll throw in these things.
Seriously, when you're at the bar, okay, long ago, when we were allowed to go, don't stop believing. Come on,
yes.
that shuts it down.
But for me,
that.
The thing is, I wouldn't have known that song until you sang it. So that's not even a category. It's like I would have to know the artist first, and I categorize that as like elevator music or like music that I hear certain bars. Like I know
bar music,
and I would hear. No, I know it, and I would sing it out. But it's not like I got it on my iPod or like my playlist on Spotify.
I be listening to that.
Yeah, no, it's
bar rotation.
No, it's
I was just listening to Panic at the Disco.
If you said techno, now that's a different ballgame. I love me some techno.
Really? So I don't know. Like I don't know techno.
Oh, they had like this whiter station. They used to be this whiter station called KTU here in New York City. And they would play like techno. You probably know the songs. The thing is, you probably heard it in the stores, but you don't realize that you know the songs. Like those techno songs, I actually do know. If I remember one, I'll tell it to you. But yes, yeah, techno is good.
That's so funny. The only reference that I know to techno is when Eminem said the thing about Moby and nobody listens to techno, so let's go. Like, that's the only techno reference.
She can pull a lyric out of nowhere, because I'm like, what did Eminem say?
You don't remember that?
I got Dory memory. I don't remember.
Exactly.
Oh, damn. Wow. Okay. See, that's
she will pull a lyric out of for everything.
Lyrics just go. They just go with everything. There's a lyric for everything.
I'm sure
it's like a jukebox up here. It just be popping.
I'm more of the ad-lib remix queen.
I love me an ad-lib.
Out of a song like, oh, he lying. After everyone like, oh, why he tapping on his... That's me.
I see TikToks in our future. That's what we're about to be doing.
And you know what? I'll hold the phone. Because I'm terrible at that now. Again, how we said, like, I'm good for like some old school R&B, Aretha.
That's true.
Me too. Oh,
Shaka Khan.
I heard that in the last episode. I'm straight R&B too. I love R&B, but not that old. You know, I like from I Want to Be Your Man from Zapp and Roger from Love Basketball. Like, yes. I love his music. Computer Love.
Yes. I blame my parents. My dad is almost 70, so I didn't have a choice but to know these songs. Like, still to this day, he'll wake up and play the same vinyl to clean. So I have no choice but to know these songs. My child knows these songs. I'm like, this is not how you're going to make friends in elementary school. So yeah. Okay, yeah. Rock gotta go. So speaking, you said what's popping. You want to do what's popping?
Yes.
All right.
So what's popping is when we talk about what's happening in pop culture. So we'll get your take on some of this too, Tabitha, because people have been wild out in the streets. So we figured we would start with what's been on everybody's mind, which is the Quavo and Sweetie drama that's been going on with this video. I feel like I have mixed feelings about the video because there's no way to know, right? We're watching is it like a 30-second clip of a video? Exactly. And everyone's just making like snapshot judgments on what's happening. I don't really have a take on it just because I feel like, of course, I'm never going to condone any man putting his hands on any woman, but I can't really deduce from the clip that he put his hands on her per se. And it just feels like maybe they were having a squirm. They were having a tussle over something. But what are y'all doing? Y'all too rich to be fighting in elevators. I thought we saw this already time and time again. When y'all gonna stop?
I think he realized that because we looked at the video. Yeah. We looked up at the camera. He's like, all right, we're going to stop.
He might as well have waved.
For real. It's always the elevators that'll get you. It's always
every
the
time.
Elevators. I agree with you absolutely that it's hard to deduce exactly what happened. For me personally, looking at the footage, I can't look at the footage and place blame on either end. It seems like we caught a snapshot or the beginning or end or the middle.
Right.
I think for me personally, overall, just the comfortability with the scuffle, the comfortability of like the shuffling of things and items and belongings. whenever anything gets to that point for me, that's too far.
Yeah.
Whether
Yes.
if hands were put on, or he put hands on her, she put hands on him, or not, that's too far.
Mhm.
That means that there is already a breakdown in communication. We're just acting emotionally and we're acting a fool. So
Right.
if
Yes.
that was truly her place, that's what one of my friends told me, it was her apartment.
Yeah, it was.
If
Mhm.
he's leaving, let homeboy
Bye.
leave. Like it puts you in a compromising space, because it's like, but your door is right there. Go back
Mhm.
in. He's
Right.
really leaving, and that's all you see. So it's hard to deduce. But to me, and even how I function, period, it's too far.
It is
The
too far.
physicality and the belongings and a lot, like, ew.
And I agree. And I think what the video in itself is disturbing, but I think what made it even worse are the comments that people were saying underneath the video. And it was just like, y'all, like, it's cute to watch, and it's not even cute, but you're watching and like outside of what's happening. You don't know what caused that. You don't know what each person is dealing with, and you're making a joke out of it. And it's just like, did you put yourself in that shoes? Like, if it was you, you'd be like, oh, I'm not staying. I can't believe da-da-da. But you're laughing like, oh, she probably deserved it.
Right.
And I'm just like, you have a mama, I'm sure, because you wouldn't be here without. Is that cute? Like, that's what you're saying. Like, those comments were, ugh.
I think on Twitter I saw a comment that said, where do Black women win? Or coming from the situation with Meg, where she was actually confirmed that she was shot. And then now with the Sweetie situation, it's sort of like the same reaction. So it's like, does a woman have to be dead? Does she have to be
Yeah.
Breonna Taylor to get some sort of
Right.
justification? Or just not even, just to be in a space of non-judgment, period. Who
That's
cares
the thing.
who cares what Meg was doing with Tory, if they were messing around, if they weren't, what they were doing in the car pre-post, whatever. She got shot. At
Agree.
the end of the day, with her brother there, with
Right.
a Black man there.
Right.
That's
Wild.
That's it. Yeah.
So yeah,
Absolutely wild. And the only other thing that we were going to say really quick about what's popping. Did y'all see the Gorilla Glue lady is pregnant? Why is she procreating again? I just want to know.
For the 6th time.
She doesn't need to.
And that was quick.
Over. Sis.
That was quick.
No.
Listen.
Enjoy your 40s.
Happiness leads to procreation, leads to a lot of different things. Sis, she is happy. This is why, even when the Gorilla Glue situation happened, I'm like, ain't no way a Black woman would intentionally do that to her hair for money. But the fact that she was able to get her bag, oh hell yeah! Oh, I mean, I can't clearly share her vagina. Her vagina monologue's been on 10 from before she was Gorilla Glue girl. So,
True.
I don't. Do you, sis? She got the money to cover for it now. Like, she got money.
I didn't know she had 6 kids. And I'm like, we making these kind of decisions, and we're parent.
I think a lot of people didn't know that she was in her 40s either. I don't think people knew that she was in her 40s either, but she is. She is.
Yeah. I mean, congratulations. I hope you went under a lesson. But she does. She doesn't look happy. But I was just like, 6 kids. I'm good with 1.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. 3 is enough.
Yeah. I mean, I
enough.
don't even have none, and I'm good with me. I have none, and I'm good with me.
You ever look at yourself like, I am a lot? Like, it's a lot to take care of this whole person. Like, and responsible for others. Like,
it's too much. Sometimes you want to tap out.
Yeah. Okay. So now that we have you, and we have so many questions, it was like kind of hard to even come up with questions, like, because it's just so much. So we was like, teach us your ways. Because it's just what you're putting out there as far as content in the life that you live is just awesome. And then like just to be able to connect with you. And like I said, we feel like we know you just through Instagram.
Yeah.
So thank you.
And you're always so positive.
So happy to hear.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear.
You are definitely doing it for us.
Thank you.
So what made you actually influence you to become like a personal coach, like the body confident coach that you are today?
2 things, but the most recent thing was a young lady in October of 2020. not October, yes, October of 2020, I did henna. She was a coworker, but a person that I had met within the last couple of months. She didn't know anything about my past, my history, nothing at all. And she was younger than me. I'm 30, just turned 32. And she is in her mid 20s. And she came up to me and she said, "Have you ever considered surgery?" So I said, "What kind of surgery, girl?" So she, so she
Wild.
said
Okay.
plastic surgery. And I said, "Really? Why would you, what are you considering? Like, where is this stemming from?" And she was like, "I've been depressed for some time. Traditionally, I was a dancer, and because she had changed certain things about her lifestyle, she had stopped dancing and she wasn't given the opportunity to, so her body was changing in different ways. And one of the things that was growing were her breasts, and they were getting bigger and more voluptuous and more round and more full. And her parents had an issue with it more than anything. And, in speaking to her at first, as I'm having this conversation to hold space with her, I'm not telling her my backstory. I'm trying to understand where she's coming from, because she really did. She's coming to me saying that she is depressed, and I'm in a position to receive this conversation. So,
Right.
I'm speaking to her, trying to uncover the real reason of why she even wants to change her body and change her breasts and get a reduction. And it's because of her parents, really and truly. Her boyfriend didn't have an issue with it. Yes, it's a new space that her body is growing into. So it's also something she's uncomfortable with a bit, because any change is uncomfortable, but largely it was the responses of her family and that sort of vibe. So in speaking with her, it allowed me to say, "Okay, Tabitha, you got to speak about your story, because here's this woman that didn't know you 3 months ago."
Right.
And she comes, no one has asked me that, not any of my closest friends, even some friends that have seen me be at 267 at size 16 to see me now at whatever weight I am at a size 8. Nobody asked, certain people didn't ask me questions. So the fact that she was so willing to be so comfortable and to ask me questions, not knowing my backstory, it was like, okay, God is speaking to you to say, this is the direction that you need to take your community, your platform in.
Right.
Prior to that conversation in October, March of 2020, as I mentioned, I am currently in my 4th year in my doctoral program at the NYU Grossman School of Medicine. And I was at the place where I was probably just one step away from completing my dissertation. And in March of 2020, the complete project that I had been working on for like a year and some change got shut down. All the researchers, everyone had to stop working on it, and I was a casualty of that. So it sort of gave me the space to say, "Okay, Tabitha, who are you outside of science? What you trying to give to the people and to the world?" And it
Give them
really
what they
made
want.
me right. And it made me really sit down and think about myself. And God had given me a vision for a community of women back in like 2016 when I moved back to Brooklyn, my home, New York City. And everyone was going through the ghetto, from like career challenges to relationships to just figuring out next steps. And I would hear similar stories, and I just really wanted to create a space where we could talk about everything or anything, to say that to understand that we experience the same thing. Because a lot of times us as women, we don't talk to each other. We're kind of scared to. We're kind of embarrassed to embrace that vulnerability with us as women. We may be able to do it with men to a certain degree or in a certain aspect, but the foundation of us, the sisterhood and womanhood, is lost. So I decided to create Soul Hugs, and I started off in 2020 as Soul Hugs, but by the turn of 2021, I became the body confident coach, stemming from that conversation in October of 2020 with that young woman. And I started my body confidence series, which is a monthly Zoom call that I do, discussing all things related to body confidence and women. We come, we dress in lingerie, we drink, and we just have a good conversation. And the first 2 body confidence series in November and December, I actually told my story. And since then, it's led me down this road of becoming the body confident coach to discuss, being at my highest at 267 and going through lap band surgery, then going to my lowest at 140, still having those body image issues, but still also learning to maintain. Even at 140, I didn't stay there. My weight has fluctuated. I'm fluctuated. I'm not 140 now. I'm not around that. I am a Black woman now.
We get it.
Even all of that, like, I had to learn how to manage my weight. And I think in the past 2 years, it has taught me, I think I've gone through phases after went through the mental challenge of it all, really learning to reframe and reprogram how I viewed myself, how I viewed my body. I would look in the mirror and still see 267 or size 16 when I am at 140. Like, it does not leave you immediately. And even certain things now, you kind of still view yourself as, but understanding holistically how to approach my body has been the biggest game changer. And when I say holistically, I'm talking about understanding your mental anxiety, your triggers, how that's lending into your stress in your body. I am a researcher. I do public health research in Corona and all of that stuff. So, like, I'm trying to put it in there so that we can get the health aspect of it as well.
Right.
I need juicing for hormonal control because birth control does not work for me. Juicing works better and it's healthier and it's way better longevity wise for our health, especially our vaginal and our womb health, as we have fibroids and things like that, and cysts, as Black women, myself included. So as I've learned to approach holistically and understanding my happiness, becoming more self-aware, becoming more bodily aware, it has allowed me to regurgitate and give y'all these reels. I tell my friends that I be cooning on the gram for them. So,
but we love it though.
It got our attention. We're like, who is she?
You know what? I really think that one of the things that came out of COVID and everybody being cooped up is everybody just kind of being like, fuck it. I'm going to record these videos. Yeah. Y'all go and get them, like it or not. I don't care. Because there are times where I'm like, Jen, do you want to do this video? Is this going to be goofy? Like, are people going to be like, what the hell are Jen and Shanice doing? And then I'm like, but it doesn't matter. We like it. That's it. That's it. And that's all. So
get your best friend.
I love your page. I love your reels.
Thank you. And naturally, I have to have the health aspect. We have no idea, knowing the research and knowing how much we're understudied or just not understood, period. And it's not that they aren't trying or public health isn't trying. It's just that it's an artifact of how we've been looked at as a race and then also as a gender within that race, being a Black woman. There's a lot of things that are just not understood. And for me, I have been in a position where I understand the science, I understand the research, and I understand my culture. I understand my lifestyle. I understand how to talk to us Black women because I am one. So to fuse them together, to try and give us some holistic, a lot of us don't have access to therapy. A lot of us don't have access to health insurance. So there's things and small lifestyle modifications in your diet that you can do. And the biggest thing is even getting you an air fryer. You want your fried food, just put it in the air fryer. Don't get the oil and the fat. Like things
and it's
like
so
little
good.
Things like that. It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be scary. It just you have to work with where you are, and you have to have the discipline and to say, you know what? Health is wealth. Honestly, I don't want nobody taking care of me and my family taking care of me when I'm 65 or 70. Right. It becomes too heavy. They have lives to live. Like, let's do our part and take care of ourselves as much as possible from the inside out, the mental too.
Absolutely. I just, again, you're speaking.
I know.
Like, I just like,
And I completely
you just
agree.
keep asking. I'm soaking it.
So I love the point about making the small changes, because I often think that people make, I don't want to say excuses, but people feel like there's so many barriers to them getting their health in order. But it can be baby steps. We're not asking you to just wake up tomorrow and be a vegan. You don't have to do that, but you can make small steps. And I think even when you make the small steps, sometimes you'll realize like, oh, that wasn't that bad. And then you do a little more.
Right.
And then you do a little more. First of all, let me tell you something. I hated the gym the first time that I went. I was like, I am never, why would, this is awful. I cannot believe that people come here and do this every day. And now I'm like, 5:30 spin class.
The crack of dawn before
because you know why? Because you know why you learned that it's not that bad.
No.
Your mind starts to love and your body starts to love the way that you feel after. So even if you may not feel like getting there, at least getting yourself out the door gets you there, right? And then as you start to realize, you start to gain confidence in yourself as a woman to be like, I can accomplish it.
Yes.
I'm actually the shit. I could do this. Well, wait, if I could do this in 1 month, I could do X, Y, and Z.
Exactly.
3 months.
Absolutely.
You know, I just got to tweak certain things, and it's okay if you got to make modifications. It's okay. And Jen's modifications is not going to be the same as Shanice modifications.
Right.
Focus on your own plate and your own paper. You'll figure you out. I promise you.
Exactly. I think that's the major is the realizing that I think a lot of people now, especially, it's just being healthy is a trend right now. And so everybody's like, oh, I heard, like you said, everybody wants to be vegan, or I want to do the keto. And it's just like, do you know if your body, that's why they say check with your doctor first.
You better preach. You better preach, because everybody's body doesn't need to be vegan. Even for me, as much as I want to be like, oh, I'm going to do plant-based. I'm going to do raw vegan. Like, I'm vegan, but raw. Like, I've done that before. Just raw food, raw vegetables. But like, I can't work out like that. It's going to get me sick. My body needs more supply. So I am pescatarian. However, I vary between, depending on the weeks and depending, because this is part of moderation and knowing your body, is looking holistically at how you're eating. If you know that you have to work out, okay, infuse some more fatty fish, some more fatty avocados and things that'll fortify your body and give you the protein. However, if you know it's a lighter week and you're going to be sitting home, do not sit there and eat the same heavy food every day. You gotta vary it up and switch it, and you'll realize eventually that you're learning to maintain and moderate maintain your weight, and more than you realize. You just got to pay attention to also how your body is also moving the food outside of your body as well. Like if you're passing it and how fast it's going down your digestion, is it giving you indigestion? Sometimes we pop a Tums or drink something that'll clear the indigestion, but maybe that's your body telling you it's like a drink. It's backed up. Give it some time. Maybe you need to do a salad for a day or two and lighter meals so that it can process what it just went through and get some juices and some smoothies. That's it.
That is absolutely correct. Y'all are getting this for free. And make sure y'all send your thank you notes. It's true. It's like it's constantly a balance, because even like I feel like sometimes our bodies get used to certain things, and then we kind of gotta be like, okay, let's go back, shock it a little bit, and then go from there. But
it's like
turning 30.
It's like resetting it almost. So if you say, for instance, like for me, I'm going to use, my birthday was just March 25th, so last Thursday.
Happy belated.
I know. I missed that.
Thank you. So for me, I know myself well enough to know I've been wilding for respect with my diet and me not moving. But I know myself well, and I trust myself well enough to know, this week I'm going to slowly, gradually get onto the diet and the foods that I eat. One of the things that I tell my friend, me and my friends do, we all juice. But I realized for me personally, once I start to actually drink the juice, and I mean actually raw juicing, like actually buying your, not the prepackaged one. If you have a shop that can give you raw juices, get that. Or do it in your home with a juicer. Right. But it's like the minute I drink because I have a couple recipes, it's like it signals in my body, okay, we getting back to the normal. So it may not happen like the immediate day, but it'll get there within 3 days, because I'll see on my craving to order out or wanting to eat out or wanting to drink as much, my body's gradually going to get into it. You just have to trust yourself that your body will get there. The same thing with working out. I don't approach working out. I love HIIT. I love like the heavy intensity type of workout, but I don't approach working out like how I used to, because I'd go do like immediately start off like doing two HIIT classes a day for the week. I'm doing this 5 days a week. And then you realize your body is actually stuck and cannot do nothing. Like after
Yes.
the second workout, you're on the bed for like 5 days to a week
Yes.
because you're sore. It
Yeah.
don't make sense. And then you just start back the whole cycle like, damn, I got to get the energy to get back up again. So it's like, for me,
Yes.
I've learned to trick myself to say, okay, I know I love those hard hitting workouts, but I know I can't start that immediately. Okay, let me start with workouts that get me moving, and I like to dance. I love to dance. So anything that makes me work out the lower part of my body more so to get me moving and get my body back in flow, I do. So one of the ladies that I always tell people is this Katie Cake on Instagram. It's this white woman, but she does a lot of booty. It's all booty and abs and legs workout. But it's fun because it is, you're listening to, she has like a Beyonce hour and it's free and it's on Instagram, her IGTV stories, or she'll do like an
check that out.
Yeah, she'll do like an Afro beats, and it's all for your ass. And anytime you actually start doing squats, and after that you will feel it, you start feeling like, oh, you made a difference, even though it's the first day. So it inspires you to continue to eventually to get to the workout within that week, but it starts to get your body in motion, and it will not kill you.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out because we were just looking at this video for Twerk Tabitha. I was like, oh, let's add that to the list.
Yeah.
And I like
twerking will get me motivated.
See, it's the same with me. Anything with my lower body, like if I could go, it will get me going. So you got to send me that Twerk Tabitha because I love Tabitha. I ain't never heard of Twerk Tabitha, but I like that.
We'll send it along because she was asking like on her. She was like, "Where do you want to go next?" I'm like, Philly. I put Philly in there like 5 times. Philly. 45-minute ride. Yes.
Where is she located? Where is she from? Do you know?
I think she must just be mobile. And I don't know where she's located.
She was asking. She was like thinking about Dallas. I want to say maybe she's Atlanta because she was like Dallas, DC, or Philly. And I'm like, well, DC is. I'll drive
DC's
to
not
work.
that far.
You know, like DC is not bad. I'm not going to Dallas, but Philly, please.
So I know that you mentioned that the young lady approached you because her body was changing. So I think that is one of the things that is missed sometimes when we're younger. Because so I was looking at your website and I was looking at your page and some of your blogs that you write. And I know you talked about like being voluptuous and not even being able to find bras that fit. And I'm like, oh, my sister. Because and then when you do find them, they be like $80-$90 a pop. And I'm like, what is happening here? So I think that if we could start to talk to young girls about their bodies changing, then at 20, you don't have to be confused because then people assume that you know everything about your body changing. But if no one caught you when you were young, and for some of us, you blossom early. I was like 10 and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, here we are. And what are we going to do about it? And you feel so uncomfortable in so many situations for like gym. Gym is a simple thing. You're supposed to be able to just do gym class and go there. As a young girl, I cannot tell you how many times I'm like, I'm not running. I'm not going to do this running thing so that the boys can be making comment because no one actually talks about it and tells you anything. And that is the part that makes it so challenging as a woman and as a young girl when your body actually changes.
You know, one of the things that I didn't accept in myself that our bodies naturally as women will change was until Rihanna said it in an interview. And she was like, I have the privilege of having a fluctuating body type. And it was like, after she said that, I'm like, well, duh. You know, our bodies naturally change because of our cycles, no matter how, whatever raw vegan diet we're on, no matter if we work out every day, our bodies will naturally change. And that is one thing that is guaranteed for us as women is change within our bodies. We go through change, period, during the month. So I completely understand and hear you when you mention about the bras and the change in the gym. It took me back to me in gym, and coupled with that, I was raised very conservative in a really extremely strict religious household. So I wore skirts throughout high school. I used to sneak the jeans and the pants, but I wore skirts all the way down to like my ankles. So then that with the big breasts, and then sometimes I would have to wear 2 bras just to find the support. And
Yep.
then you're also made to feel that you're being more sexual or showing yourself more often. And it's really not. You're really, and honestly, and I haven't even said this in every interview or whenever I speak about this, but I need to mention it because it's impacted even my posture to this day.
Yes.
It's something that I work on. My posture is like this because I tried to hide it so much. And it's now I have to consciously say, sit up. It's okay now. You know, it's okay to sit up. It's okay to be seen. It's okay to it's okay. But it's real. One of the things for me growing up, and I'm not throwing my parents under the bus, my family under the bus, because through my healing, I truly know and understand that everyone was doing the best that they could. Everyone,
Yes.
just like I'm dealing with stuff, and you guys are parents, you guys know that you're still healing as you're raising, you know, and that's one of the hardest challenges. But I was closest to my dad as I'm the youngest out of 4, and I was closest to him when I was younger. Shadow everywhere with him. And you know, as my body started to change, it was like, I don't like this, I don't want to be around, or that distance, the separation was felt. And that sort of lent into how I felt about myself and not feeling the greatest, even in interactions with men, especially as it pertains to my breasts. Even in the home, we were told to wear bras. There was never a time that I was free. Never. Not even to sleep. I always wore a bra. Now you can't get these things is swinging. But, you know.
And I think that is definitely a major point. I think as our generation, our age group, because you're the same age as we are, I think because of how we were raised, we try to change for the future generation. And we see that because like you said, we're healing as it is. So we'll have conversations with our daughters and be like, you know, don't be ashamed of it. It is your body. Because I remember, I mean, I don't have, you know, I can get my bras for $3. So, you know, I don't have that, but I grew up with the pants, I gotta be able to pinch more than an inch. Yeah. And it was just like, okay, but
wait, what's that?
Pinch more than an inch. So my parents, they had to be able to, the jeans, pinch more than an inch or it was too tight.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
Welcome to my
so nobody told me that.
No, I literally had, it was like pitch. It was like, no, they're too baggy. Or when we moved down here, because even depending on where you live, clothes are made differently. So clothes are, you know, jeans fit differently. You come from Philly. When we moved down here, you know, like the hips belled out more because white people have bigger hips. So you want me to go up a size.
Where did you move to?
Delaware. We're in Delaware.
Okay.
So the hips are different. So my mom was like, oh, you know, pinch more than an inch. Well, I guess so. If you got me wearing, you know, Susie Q's jeans, you're going to be able to. But it didn't fit my body type. So that's why, like, now I'm like, okay, certain stores fit her body type, my daughter's body type a little bit better, where I don't want her to feel uncomfortable. I'm not going to fit more than an inch. Do you like it? Are you comfortable?
Right.
I think that's more of important. But yeah, pinch more than an inch. And even still to this day, they'd be like, that's a little tight, but it's I can't help it. I mean, it's your genetics that you placed upon me. I didn't ask for these, these struggles. I think but our generation, even like in education or about body types and everything, we're learning about it now and we're trying to prevent it. So when our kids or our nieces, whomever are getting to this age, like you said, they don't have to figure it out.
Yep.
And that's so important. So people like you and your page is like, you know what? Every now and then I'll show her, be like, look, see what she said? Remember I told you that? Like, I mean, anytime I see anything on social media, I'm like, look, like, this is the kind of people that we need.
So important. It's so important. It's so important. I just did 2 talks with DSU, Delaware State University, with women that are like 21, and I'm like,
oh, that's amazing.
Y'all at this age doing this stuff and creating, even finding me, like, and it is the best feeling because you need to live free in your 20s. You need to experience, you need to understand who you are. It is the space to be authentically you, no matter what you look like, feel like, no matter what your previous experiences are. And, you just gave me an idea, and I just wrote it down for Mother's Day to do a mother's daughter body confidence
Oh,
workshop.
that would be
Because
cute.
Yes.
I meet so many mothers. And mothers more than anything, even my friends, a lot of my friends are mothers. They always gravitate towards the body confidence because they're trying to figure it out after, their baby, and trying to figure themselves out.
Yeah.
No one tells you that as after, like,
No one
we had our
tells
kids a little bit
you.
younger. Like, I thought I was going to snap back.
I thought like the next day. I was like, how come my belly still look like this?
Girl.
Still to this day, and my child's 11. It's the baby weight. It ain't full up yet. You can't eat crazy just because you're pregnant. It's not an excuse. Your body is different. Don't be fooled by these people who, were all baby and all belly, and then after they had the baby, they went back to normal. That's not your ministry. That's not your testimony. Yeah.
But yes, your bodily changes is something that we have to. Life teaches us that we have to get accustomed to it. We're gonna go through menopause. We're gonna go through a time when our hair will change. My hair is not as thick and as flourishing as it used to be. That's okay. That don't mean that what happened before is less of a situation, less of what you have now. How many times did we look back at pictures and it's like, damn, I look good as hell. I should have lived it up. But you was thinking something completely different. So my goal is always to let go of those honestly, to let people recognize just how much mental anxiety we put around our body image, period. And then to let that go, because it's really, truly all the mind. Us as women, we're capable of anything. We've been through way more than what we realize, and we actually will get shit done. However, it's just that we need to recognize when it comes to our body, because it's so intimate, we don't really readily recognize the progress or the love, and we don't put that into ourselves. So I'm just there to bring it out, because the women are already amazing. They just most of all, sisterhood or a supportive somebody to like even send a message on IG, or they'll see like a reel on IG or in the private Facebook group, they'll see me post, and they just need the support, the reminder to keep going. It's literally a marathon, because when one person doesn't have it, someone else passes the baton to give them the energy to keep going that day, and it keeps going in that direction. And that's what we need as women. That's truly what we need as women.
Absolutely.
I know. I completely agree. Because I know the other day you shared that meme, and I think it said your weight fluctuates but your worth does not. And I was like, you better sell it. Like I was like, I am so here for that. Yeah. Because sometimes you do get down on yourself. You're like, I'm doing all this work, I'm eating right, I'm working out. You get on the scale, and then it's like, but it didn't change though.
It didn't change. Or sometimes it'll be heavier. But I promise you, that's why I don't go on the scale now. And there'll be times when I have like restricted my eating to the point like, oh, I know 5 pounds coming out.
Go on.
Oh, and the scale tells me, oh, I know 5 pounds about to be on it.
On it, yes.
But it's like the minute I sat down to be like, I'm going to eat. And then it's like the next day it goes down. It shows you your body still needs nutrients. You can't be in a deprivation state, and you can't be in a mental stressed out state, for it will never work. You're actually doing more harm than good mentally, no matter if you're following everything. Mentally, if you ain't there, it's like the belief. You don't got no belief in you. The scale not gonna have no belief in you, sis. That's what I do.
And it is, the mind does control. I mean, everything. Even like have you ever had the moments where you're like, oh, I want to, like with me, I wanted quads. I want to work out my quads, and I got them. But my stuff don't fit right now, and I got to get accustomed to my body. And now it's just like, I don't know if I like this.
Yes.
And
so it's just like
it's a spiral effect.
Yes.
It becomes this, and this is the aspect of understanding and knowing and accepting, no matter what change that you are. There's no point in time. Perfection is a lie, first and foremost. Nobody has your same makeup as you. Nobody has, not even your mom has the same makeup as you, because you got your daddy and his jeans up in there.
Right.
So nobody got the same makeup as you. So you got to start there to say, okay, wait a minute. There's nothing wrong with having an image of what you want yourself to look like. However, you just have to identify where, if that one or that image stems from something you've seen on TV, social media, or for a guy you want to date, or a position that you're trying to get. Find the core of that. And if there's no core of it and it's just you, then okay, continue to modify and continue to contour your body. And you're absolutely right. When you change one aspect of your body, you'll realize that, okay, well, I want to change this aspect of my body too, because maybe you realize that your body is actually capable of looking like Massey Arias, or what follow the leader. You're like, wait a minute, I could do this. So you start to holistically get into it. But yeah,
social media will get you every time. That and Pinterest
social media will get you
every time. Thinking
and
I
I
can do
think
that. It's like, that ain't me.
And I can definitely attest to social media influence in terms of, even as I've gone through plastic surgery to try and fit what I felt I should look like or be or whatever, not really understanding or working with or knowing or even taking pride or honoring or finding beauty in what was already here. And it's just like, no, I need to look like that. I think our generation, we were more so the rise of social media bodies without the mental health aspect of whatever. So everyone wanted to, as the rise of these bodies came about, we already had the video vixens, the K-hackers and all that stuff.
Yes.
So then now we get on social media and we like, wait a minute. I don't gotta be sleeping with nobody. I don't gotta be a video vixen to look like this. I could just go to, another state or just around in my city to get it done, or another country. And it starts to, you change one thing and it's like, wait a minute, but she has this. Oh, this is a new procedure. Oh, this person got this. And I saw someone recently had like I think they put like a net in terms of your breast. I think what's her name? Kylie's sister, she put like a
Kendall?
net. She, no, she's
with
I
know who you're talking about. She's I know you're talking about. It's not she's with one of the rappers. Oh,
yeah, she's with Moneybagg. She's with Moneybagg.
Yeah.
She's with Moneybagg.
Oh.
There's a new procedure that you can put a net in your, when you get implants, so that it never really sags or nothing in your body when it starts to deteriorate. But it's like, no one has these long-term studies in terms of how that's going to look or be 10, 15 years from now. And me as a researcher knows this. And I know that science is imperfect. And that's part of the reason why for me it was just like, Tabitha, you got to stop. You got to change your mind. You gotta. I done put in the implants, then took it out because my breast didn't need no implants. My breast should have told me that before. I even put it in. But you get to the point where you're 140 coming from 267. You had these big breasts, and then it's just like, oh, everything's so flat. Yo, I want to post my pre-surgery pictures, but I don't want to scare the people on Instagram and get
Stop.
No, but see the thing, I don't think you would scare, because again, it's a different mindset, because people might be how you're looking at, other people, they might be looking at you like, I want to look like her. And you never know that you're somebody's goal. So even if I think posting that would be helpful.
But this is why I try and post like the older pictures of me. Like, I didn't get here overnight. This is not, I'm not sitting here just trying to talk about body confidence and to show my body. No, I don't need to do that. I actually have a message, and I'm trying to allow you to see certain things. I have a lot of scars in my body. Well, let me not say a lot. I have scars in my waist. I have scars on my breast from my surgeries. And I want to actually take those pictures, and just like how you guys mentioned the meme that said, your weight may fluctuate, but your value does not. I want to do that with my own body. I just haven't gotten the time. I'm getting to it, but I think just how it was so impactful for you, I think it's so much more impactful to see real bodies, not in that space, but with the scars. Like, I don't really care about showing my scars, because for me, when I post, you already seen it. So if you see me in the street, bye. You already know what's up. You still decide to talk to me. You already know what's up. And that means that you accept me and you still want to be around me. So it's like, I already ripped the Band-Aid off. So I'm living free. Are you? That's the real question.
Seeing real bodies is so important, because did you know like cellulite was a real thing, like for everybody? I surely didn't. I thought people were supposed to have smooth legs.
Everybody acts like they have smooth legs.
What is this? Or even just younger, again, as you're going through puberty and growing, like stretch marks. I don't want these.
So many people have stretch marks.
Stretch marks are normal.
Yeah.
And it's just
this is one of the
Go ahead.
That's one of the things that I didn't know. The girl that in October who reached out to me about surgery, she looked at me and saw my butt. Says, I don't have a big butt. I have a shape. But she said, oh, she has hip dips. And she was like, man, she's amazing. And she got hip dips and she could be out here taking these pictures and doing whatever. So that she told me when I hosted her birthday party, she was telling her friends, and she was like, and she has hip dips just like me. And I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing. So
I didn't know that was a thing either that people are trying to get rid of. And I'm like, wait, am I not supposed to have hip dips? I don't even have no butt. Let me have what I have. Let me just have that. Is that okay?
I didn't know there was a name to it. I just I got a dent in my side. I don't know what it is.
Same. But you see, there's other aspects of our beauty that we take pride of, and things that we may not know are so beautiful that other people take pride in, that we are discrediting our entire body just for one aspect, when it can really help so many other people by just showing up authentically as yourself. And I truly want to be able to start to show different shapes, and I love how you especially are just in your gym clothes. You're showing what gym bodies look like. Like, this is what our auntie's body look like. This is what our mama's bodies look like. This is what our grandmama's body look like. We cannot lie to anymore anymore. I can't.
Y'all get in this body, okay? I told y'all last episode, mind your own fupa. Don't worry about my business. Stay in your fupa.
I still think it needs to be a shirt. Stay in your fupa. That is
discoloration, hyperpigmentation, bikini line, all of that.
Again, learning new. I didn't know that till I got older. I'm just like, what is wrong with? And I'm like, oh, people have that,
right? And it's normal.
The health classes that we had as kids were just like, don't have sex. The end. Like, no, okay, this is the part of the body that. Help me understand again, like you said, the mental of it, that because mental and physical is connected together. So I need to understand, and so I can own it and move on from. Because again, we're finding things out in our 30s. I can't even say the end of my 20s. In my 30s, I'm now like, okay, you get one body, figure it out, own it, love it, keep it moving. Because again, we got people watching. Little people watching eyes.
Accept the past. Make peace with the past. Make peace for the times that you could have done better, but you didn't. Make peace for the times that you did not know better, and you know better now, so you're doing it. Make peace for the time that you degraded and just let other people dishonor your body. Make peace with the time where you let other people dictate where you should go, what you should wear, that you shouldn't wear certain clothes, certain shapes because you don't fit Buffy the Body shape. That's so old. I'm aging myself.
No, but we know what you still Buffy the Body.
Because when you said video vixen, I said, oh, Melissa Ford.
Melissa Ford. Who else? Who was Superhead? It was Hacker, the Chinese looking one, the Asian. I don't look like not one of them.
No.
And my hair was natural, and it's still natural. And back then, there was no natural hair. Like, this is why I feel like it's the perfect time for us as women, especially Black women, to tell. I've seen artists. There's this Nigerian sisters named Van Jess, in like their afros and little like helmet-looking afros and hairstyles that you would never dare walk out of your house with. Growing up. So it's a beautiful sight to see. And if at any time, if there's any point in time where we need to encourage ourselves and encourage the younger generation, and not even, I'm not talking about like 12, I'm talking about 25, 21. Those women in their 20s, they're making life-altering, defining decisions just like I did. I almost went through I almost lost my legs through surgery. That's a whole nother conversation. But yeah.
Whew. Yeah, no, we'll talk about that later. we'll talk about that later. But sometimes I'll be like, I'll be like, exactly how much does Dr. Miami charge? And then I'll be like, sis, calm down.
But then we need to have these conversations with men too, because a guy friend of mine, he once told me about a penis enlargement that he's trying to undergo. And men deal with body image issues just as much as women. So they deal with the body, the penis enlargements, the man boobs, they call it. They look in. They just don't say it as open as we do.
Yeah, that's because society feels like they can say things about men's bodies and it's just okay because it's just a joke. but it's
Yeah.
like, oh, if somebody said that to me,
Mhm.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh,
There's a
oh
human
God.
behind here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Respect it.
Please do.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I feel like Tabitha has given us
I
so
know.
many gems. So just before we wrap up, I know that you have your all of the free game that you give, but you also do your 3-month body confident program. Did you want to tell us a little bit about that so that people, if they want to sign up and they're interested, they can be hitting you up because you about to be
Because
looking
y'all got y'all
amazing.
free today.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
thank you.
Run her
You
coins.
know, you so silly. I appreciate you saying that because it's so funny. Even before I came here on this podcast, I was actually editing the body section, another section that we're about to get into. But yes, I do coaching, and I do currently right now. I have a 3-month intensive body confident confidential coaching program. It started on March 21st and it ends on June 12th, so just in time for the summer. It
Right.
goes through three sections. So it goes through the mind section first and foremost. So it's really, I really allow the women to track their thoughts. Now this isn't only about their body. This is thoughts, period. To really understand how their mind works, how those thoughts translate into bodily feelings and sensations, what they tell themselves, and then subsequently what they do after. So that's the mind question. It builds the foundation. They also develop a morning routine because that's going to take us throughout the entire program. But the body section moves forward now and really allows you to become more bodily and self-aware. So you're in the mirror doing a lot of mirror work, identifying body parts, writing body confident vows. But more so than that, you're also sorry, I just lost my train of thought. You're also taking the body awareness and those areas of your body that you identify, and you are writing a love letter, writing a different narrative for them, and creating a vision board of what you want and for your body and for yourself. Ultimately, with the goal of getting to the last section. Before we get to the last section, which is the body section, which is the savage section. In the body section, you also start to create your body confident tools, where these are tools that when you identify those insecure moments of, okay, I walked through, there was one of my coaching students, she told us last class that she felt insecure. Now she's 20, slim girl. I've known her since she was a baby. It's such an honor for her to be in the class. But she said that she was in, the campus cafeteria. She started to feel a little self-conscious because she was wearing sort of like a midriff with like crop tops, and it was like, she said she felt her body overheat. And immediately she started to tell herself, like, oh my goodness, everyone's looking at me. Everyone's looking at me. She decided to move to like a different side of the room or the area. And to track those levels to that deep of how it even impacts your action, allows you to understand even how you're making clothing decisions, how you're making hair decisions, how you're actually approaching working out now that you don't feel confident in yourself. Say, for instance, you just killed a bomb ass workout and you go and you see on Instagram that your homegirl, she posted her ab pictures. She mentioned abs. And the abs are like peaking, and you like, man,
Yes.
it will take you down all the way.
It
So in
will.
that moment, track what you felt, track what you thought, what you told yourself. Why did you feel that way? You don't know her. You don't know what she's been through. You don't know she don't know you.
Right.
But you have all of those feelings. So tracking that to ultimately get to the savage section where you're combining the mind and the body together, and you doing body creative tasks, and you're outwardly showing your body confidence. You're developing your own style of your femininity and what you like as a woman as well. So by the time you leave the course, you are set to go in terms of understanding. You have a concrete mental foundation of understanding how your thoughts and your patterns and how that even works, so that you know, oh, okay, when this happens again, I'm going to pull up my body confident emergency toolkit and I'm going to listen to this affirmation. I'm going to listen to this Tony Jones playlist and get me out of this mood. I know it's important to move my body when I start to feel away, because body movement helps you let go of the mental stress too. So that's the program. So I have my starting 5, and I do have a scholarship program for that the intensive program. But no one else. It's not going to be open before June 12th. But I will be debuting a membership subscription, monthly membership subscription. That'll include me teaching body confident tools, also the body confidence series, the monthly Zoom calls that I do with different speakers, as well as other stuff that I haven't really figured out the details. But yes, more than anything, I appreciate and I would love to continue to whomever watches this and hears this, reach out to me, DM me a question, a comment in regards to your body confidence. I realize conversation sometimes is really what we need. And sometimes it could be, you don't have to join my program if you have a question like, sis, how do you in what ways can you help me like change my weekly diet so that I could lose some fat? Cool, I'll tell you. I'm like, message me, we'll talk, we'll have a conversation. But overall, you can always come to my monthly Zoom calls, and the coaching program will be open up again after June 12th. But follow me, like my Reels, comments. I try and make things relevant. So if anything's relevant, let me know so I can continue doing fun stuff. I see that Reels has like a remix, and you could do reactions to stuff.
I can't wait for that. They just ought to, messing up us posting through TikTok. They just ought to.
I just want to add really quickly, I love you guys' reaction videos together because I can see the dynamic of you guys. It's so, and it translates even into your podcast. I see it. I know you the trap one. I know you like your R&B. Like, I know y'all more than you realize. You just look at her like, this girl is just crazy.
Exactly.
Where are we going today, dear? And awesome. And we just thank you very much. So you mentioned your social media. So would you like to plug your handle so they know where to follow you at? Because y'all better get on this train before it's
yes, at BodyCon Coach. You have BodyCon dresses. They tell you in the stories BodyCon. It's at BodyCon with Coach at the end. And you can go on my website, www.thebodyconfidentcoach.com, to learn more about me and my journey and all the other blogs and things that are there.
Yes, because I'm telling y'all, I was reading through them. Y'all doing some good stuff. So y'all better get on it. And we'll make sure to put it in the description too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But more than anything, for sure, I'm definitely going to do a Mother and daughter workshop for body confidence.
That is an awesome idea.
And learning how to teach that and emulate it. Because honestly, these little girls have body confidence because of their moms and the environment. And I don't think the moms realize that they're still struggling in certain aspects, and the parents the kids are seeing that. They notice it. They see it. They see it. Kids notice everything.
They do. Even when you don't want them to.
Business. But good. I'm glad you're watching, but man, all right, maybe behave.
Yeah.
All right. So what go ahead.
I'm done.
Oh, no, I was just to say, look, we normally like to wrap up with what you're not finna do. And I think we got a lot of what we're not finna do today. Speaking with Tabitha, I feel like I'm speaking from healing from within as well right now. What we're not finna do is talk negatively about our bodies. We are definitely going to own our bodies and that we're in. What we're not finna do is look at the person to your left or right or scroll up and down and say, I want that, because we're going to own what was given to us. And we're going to make sure that whomever is around us sees us living our best lives, right?
I agree.
Absolutely. And just remember, don't play us.
Play yourself.
All right. See you guys next week.
Something is wrong.